Welcome to an immersive journey where we uncover the fascinating transformation of tiny eggs into adorable chicks, thriving chickens, and golden eggs that end up on your breakfast table. What makes this transformation truly remarkable is not just the natural process, but the modern innovations and dedication behind it. Farmers today go beyond traditional practices, relying on cutting-edge agricultural technology and sustainable techniques to bring the freshest, healthiest poultry products to your kitchen. Curious about how advancements in farming and technology are reshaping the food industry? This video is your backstage pass into a world where science, precision, and hard work come together. Be sure to subscribe to our channel and hit the notification bell to join us on this fascinating journey. From hatcheries to nurseries and from farms to food factories, we leave no detail unexplored in our quest to understand modern agriculture. The hatchery is the starting point of the adventure, where the selecting procedure is quite precise and not at all spontaneous. Only the highest quality eggs are selected by farmers who use stringent criteria that emphasize the importance of size, weight, shell quality, and consistency. Every single egg is examined to see whether or not it has the ability to produce a healthy chick. Consider this to be a beauty contest for eggs, where only the most beautiful eggs are selected. Because of this, the chicks that are produced from these eggs have the best possible chance of developing normally, hence reducing the likelihood that they will be born with abnormalities or diseases. After the eggs have been chosen, they are placed in incubators that are specifically intended to simulate the warm and protective environment that a mother hen would provide. The incubators keep the temperature at a constant 100 degrees Fahrenheit, 37.8 degrees Celsius, and make sure that the humidity levels are kept at the ideal level. In order to ensure that the eggs are constantly kept in a consistent environment, sophisticated sensors and monitoring systems have been installed to notify the farmers of even the most minute changes in the circumstances. In addition, the eggs are rotated on a regular basis to prevent the embryos from adhering to the shell, which guarantees that they will develop in a consistent manner. The chicks emerge after a period of 21 days, following a meticulous incubation period of 21 days. The moment that has been eagerly anticipated has finally arrived. The eggs start to hatch. The chick will use its beak to break through the shell during this procedure, which is referred to as pipping. It is possible that it will take many hours for a chick to entirely emerge from its shell, since it will rest in between attempts to crack it open. The muscles of the chick are strengthened through this slow and steady process, which also guarantees that the chick is prepared for life outside of the egg. Following the hatching of the chicks, they are subjected to close observation by professionals who assess their state of health and provide immunizations without delay. Through the administration of these immunizations, they are protected from severe illnesses that affect poultry, such as Marek's disease and infectious bronchitis. For the purpose of ensuring that every chick has the greatest possible start in life, the farmers combine their years of experience with the most advanced medical technology ever developed. After receiving their vaccinations, the chicks are then sent to a nursery that is outfitted with cutting-edge facilities, which we can readily equate to a 5-star resort for birds. Everything in this nursery is meant to guarantee that the chicks are able to grow up in a stress-free and balanced environment. One of the most significant features is the Big Dutchman nipple drinker system, which can deliver clean and fresh water whenever it is required. This cutting-edge watering system not only guarantees that the environment is kept dry and clean, but it also stops water from spilling out, so ensuring that the environment is hydrated. In order for the chicks to develop properly, it is essential to keep the temperature and humidity at the appropriate levels. The environment is monitored by automated devices to ensure that the chicks are kept warm and comfortable, exactly as they would be if they were still under the protection of a mother hen's wings. In addition, the chicks are provided with meals that are abundant in nutrients, which encourage rapid growth. As a result of having access to both high-quality nutrition and fresh water around the clock, the chicks are able to develop rapidly, which helps them get ready for the next step of their adventure. Following the maturation of the chicks, A meticulous selection process is carried out to identify which of them will become the next generation of egg layers. These chickens of the future are moved to farms that have high-tech infrastructure, which includes sophisticated lighting systems that mimic the effects of natural sunshine. It is because of this illumination that the chickens' biological cycles are maintained, which in turn helps to keep them healthy and improves their ability to lay eggs. At these farms, automatic feeding systems guarantee that the hens are provided with a meal that is nutritionally sound throughout the day. The feed has a high concentration of calcium, which is necessary for the production of robust eggshells and for the preservation of the hen's health. When it comes to maintaining the highest possible egg quality, while also ensuring the bird's well-being, farmers meticulously check the nutrition of each bird. The egg harvesting process, a modern method that is both gentle and precise. As soon as they reach maturity, chickens that lay eggs begin to produce eggs on a consistent basis. Rather than being collected by hand, the eggs are transported from the nesting sites to the sorting and packaging facilities by use of sophisticated conveyor belts than by hand. In order to reduce the likelihood of cracks or other forms of damage occurring, these technologies guarantee that the eggs are handled with care. Following the gathering of the eggs, they are subjected to a comprehensive washing procedure in order to eliminate any pollutants, dirt, or germs. The procedure of candling, which involves shining a light into the egg, is one of the quality control measures that inspectors use to assist them in identifying faults or anomalies. When eggs are found to be in good condition, they are placed in an orderly fashion on trays and then readied for delivery to grocery shops, restaurants, and households all over the world. There are certain chicks that are destined to become egg layers, while others are chosen to become broiler chickens, which are grown exclusively for the purpose of producing meat. These chickens are kept in high-tech broiler farms that are meant to provide comfort and cleanliness for the birds. The hens are able to develop without experiencing any stress since they are provided with large surroundings, automatic feeding systems, and access to clean water around the clock. Utilizing monitoring systems driven by artificial intelligence, farmers are able to keep track of the bird's health, development, and habitat. In just a few weeks, the chickens will achieve their appropriate size thanks to the quick growth that is supported by meals that are filled with protein, while simultaneously satisfying the ever-increasing demand for chicken products of superior quality. These farms are meant to improve the well-being of animals. At the forefront of modern poultry plants are the principles of safety and efficiency. After the broiler chicks have reached the desired weight, they are moved to contemporary facilities that are dedicated to the processing of poultry. For the purpose of ensuring both the quality of the products and the health of the consumers, these plants adhere to stringent cleanliness and safety regulations. All of the processes, from slaughtering to packing, are carried out by means of automated technology, which minimizes the amount of human interaction and ensures that hygienic conditions are maintained. The chickens are processed, packed, and readied for transportation to markets, restaurants, and grocery stores in these facilities, which are efficient processors and packaging facilities. The poultry business is able to satisfy the demand of the whole world because to the efficiency of these operations, which guarantees that families all over the world have access to chicken products that are both inexpensive and healthy. The health benefits of chicken. A superfood chicken is not only a delectable cuisine, but it is also loaded with important nutrients. Because it is a source of protein that is low in fat, it is an excellent option for anybody who is trying to maintain a healthy diet. Chicken, in comparison to red meat, has a lower percentage of saturated fat, which assists consumers in managing their cholesterol levels and maintaining heart health. Chicken, in addition to being an excellent source of protein, is also a good source of essential nutrients such as vitamins B6 and B12, which are beneficial to the neurological system and the metabolism. It also includes selenium, which is an antioxidant that improves the operation of the immune system. The versatility of chicken allows it to be used into a broad variety of cuisines, whether it is prepared by grilling, baking, or adding it to soups. Eggs, the perfect food nature provides. Due to the fact that they include a broad variety of vital nutrients, eggs are frequently considered to be among the most comprehensive meals that can be consumed. Important vitamins such as A, D, and E are included in their composition, along with high-quality proteins and healthy fats. Additionally, eggs are an abundant supply of choline, a vitamin that is beneficial to the growth of the brain, as well as the functioning of the brain. Eggs are a good source of antioxidants like lutein and zeaxanthin, which aid in maintaining healthy eyes and lower the likelihood of developing macular degeneration. Eggs, which are both inexpensive and easily accessible, play an important part in the meals that people eat on a daily basis all over the world, from morning staples like scrambled eggs to gourmet delicacies like soufflés. The future of poultry farming lies on the combination of innovation and sustainability. In an effort to enhance both productivity and environmental responsibility, the poultry industry is adopting new technology. Artificial intelligence-driven devices are increasingly being integrated into farms to monitor environmental conditions and ensure that birds receive the best possible care. Waste is reduced, animal welfare is enhanced, and the amount of labor that farmers have to do is reduced thanks to these technology. The concept of sustainability is becoming increasingly important, as seen by the prevalence of solar energy and garbage recycling programs on farms. Using these techniques helps to lessen the impact that chicken farming has on the environment, which helps to ensure that the sector will continue to be profitable for future generations. Imagine a flock of chickens happily wandering around a green pasture. They're scratching at the soil, munching on bugs and worms, and soaking up the sunlight. This is a far cry from the cramped, overcrowded conditions you often see in factory farming. In free-range farming, chickens are allowed to roam outside for most of the day, only returning to their coops at night for safety and rest. This freedom to move and forage naturally has a huge impact on their overall health and well-being. And guess what? This isn't just good for the chickens, it's good for you too. The eggs they produce have deeper orange yolks, are richer in vitamins like A and E, and are bursting with flavor. Here's the thing. When chickens are raised in a natural environment, it leads to lower stress levels, which translates directly into better tasting, higher quality eggs. These aren't your run-of-the-mill store-bought eggs that come from hens packed together in cages. These are free-range eggs, and once you've tasted them, you'll never look back. Let's kick things off at the very beginning, incubation and rearing the chicks. This is where the magic starts. You can't just grab any egg and expect it to hatch into a fluffy little chick. No, you need fertilized eggs, which means the hens have to mate with roosters. That's where the fun starts. The rooster courts the hen, and after some time, fertilized eggs are laid. Now, once we've got these fertilized eggs, it's time to place them in an incubator. You see, in a natural setting, the hen would sit on the eggs, keeping them warm until they hatch. But in farming, we use specialized incubators to mimic this environment. These machines are carefully designed to maintain the perfect temperature and humidity levels for hatching. And trust me, getting this right is crucial. Too hot or too cold, and the eggs won't hatch properly. After about 21 days in the incubator, you'll start to see the eggs crack, and out come these tiny fluffy chicks. It's an incredible sight. But this is just the beginning. The chicks are extremely vulnerable at this stage, and their environment needs to be carefully controlled to ensure they grow strong and healthy. In the first few weeks after hatching, maintaining the right environment is key. The chicks are placed in brooders, where the temperature is kept between 30 and 35 degrees Celsius. This mimics the warmth they'd get from their mother hen in the wild. At this stage, they're still very fragile and need constant warmth to survive. But temperature isn't the only thing you need to keep an eye on. The chicks also need a steady supply of fresh water and nutritious feed. Maintain healthy soil by scratching at the ground and fertilizing it with their droppings. It's a natural cycle that promotes sustainability and reduces the need for chemical fertilizers. But before we can let the chickens roam free, we need to make sure they have a safe place to call home. Building a proper coop is essential for their well-being. The coop needs to be sturdy enough to protect the chickens from predators like foxes, raccoons, and hawks. It also needs to provide shelter from harsh weather conditions, whether it's the scorching heat of summer or the freezing temperatures of winter. Ventilation is another key factor to consider. Chickens need a steady supply of fresh air to stay healthy, but the coop also needs to be warm and dry to prevent respiratory issues. It's all about finding the right balance. Inside the coop, you'll need to provide comfortable nesting boxes for the hens to lay their eggs. These boxes should be lined with soft bedding like straw or wood shavings, which helps keep the eggs clean and protected until you collect them. All right, let's talk eggs. If you've ever compared a free-range egg to a conventional egg, you've probably noticed the difference right away. Free-range eggs have richer, deeper-colored yolks, thanks to the chicken's varied diet of grains, insects, and plants. They're also higher in certain vitamins and minerals, making them a healthier choice overall. But the benefits of free-range eggs go beyond nutrition. Because the chickens are allowed to roam freely and engage in natural behaviors, they're less stressed and healthier, which leads to better quality eggs. These eggs are often considered more flavorful than those produced by caged hens, and they've become increasingly popular in markets around the world, despite their slightly higher price point. And while free-range eggs may be more expensive to produce, many consumers are willing to pay a premium for the superior taste and quality. It's a testament to the growing demand for more humane and sustainable farming practices. Now let's switch gears a bit. Free-range chickens aren't just prized for their eggs. They're also a popular source of meat. Once the chickens reach maturity, they're transported to processing facilities where they're prepared for market. The process begins with the chickens being transported to slaughter lines. This is done using automated systems that minimize stress for the animals. From there, the chickens are humanely slaughtered and prepared for the next stages of processing. After slaughter, the chickens are moved to machines that handle the feather plucking. This process is quick and efficient, removing the feathers and getting the chickens ready for further processing. Once the feathers are removed, the chickens are cleaned and prepared for the next stages of production. This includes gutting and preparing the meat for packaging. Once the chickens have been processed, they're cooled and cleaned to ensure they remain fresh and safe to eat. This is typically done using cold water baths or air-cooled tunnels, which help to reduce the growth of bacteria and extend the shelf life of the meat. It's a crucial step in ensuring that the chicken you buy at the store is safe to eat and has a long shelf life. Did you know that chicken is one of the most widely consumed meats in the world? It's true, chicken meat production has been on the rise globally, especially in countries like the United States, Brazil, and China. Chicken is affordable, easy to cook, and packed with protein, making it a popular choice for meals around the world. In fact, the demand for chicken is so high that it has become one of the most accessible and affordable protein sources available. This is especially true in countries like the United States, where chicken is a staple in most households. Once the chickens are processed, they're divided into different cuts: breasts, legs, wings, and more. These cuts are then packaged using automated lines, ensuring that the meat is properly stored and ready for shipment. Packaging is typically done in either plastic or cardboard containers, which help to keep the meat fresh and protected during transport. When it comes to nutrition, chicken meat is a powerhouse. It's low in fat, high in protein, and packed with essential vitamins and minerals like B6, B12, and niacin. It's also a great source of selenium and phosphorus, which are important for maintaining healthy bones and a strong immune system. But as with any food, it's important to handle chicken properly to avoid foodborne illnesses. Make sure you cook it thoroughly and store it at the right temperature to prevent the risk of food poisoning. Finally, once the chickens are packaged, they're stored in cold storage until they're ready to be shipped out. Cold chain transportation ensures that the meat remains fresh and safe to eat by the time it reaches consumers. From the farm to the table, every step of the process is carefully managed to ensure the highest quality product possible. Did you know most people are picking and cutting the fruit all wrong? Yup, and we're here to clear things up once and for all. But before we get to the good stuff, let's bust a few myths. Ever hear that you should only buy an avocado if it's super soft? Or that popping off the little nub at the top is the way to check if it's ripe? Yeah, those are the kinds of tips that lead to sad, mushy avocados. But don't worry, we're heading straight to the experts to learn how to choose, ripen, and cut avocados the right way. Welcome to the world of real avocado farming. Now, before we dive into the juicy details, let's take a quick trip back in time. Avocados didn't always rule the grocery store. Way back in ancient Mexico, avocados were called ahuacatl, which, fun fact, translates to testicle. Yeah, seriously. Makes you wonder why that name didn't stick, right? But the real gem is how this ancient fruit made its way to California. In the early 1900s, some smart farmers brought it over, and little by little, avocados started to carve out a spot on American plates. At first, people didn't really know what to do with them. They weren't sweet like apples or oranges, but they had this rich, creamy flavor that folks just couldn't resist. Over time, more and more people caught on, and now California's avocado industry is booming. Thank goodness we switched the name to avocado. It's a lot easier to say. Okay, so here's what sets avocados apart from every other fruit on the block. They're not sweet. That's right. You're not going to bite into an avocado expecting a sugar rush. Instead, it's the oil-based richness that gives them their signature flavor. You know that creamy, buttery texture you love in your guac? That's all thanks to the oils. And here's something else that might surprise you. Avocados stay rock hard until they're picked. They don't ripen on the tree. It's like Mother Nature's way of making sure they don't go bad before they get to your kitchen. There's actually a legal requirement for the oil content in avocados, especially in California. The state regulates that they have to reach a certain level of oil before they can be harvested. This ensures they're packed with flavor when they finally hit the shelves. No shortcuts here. So how do you know when to pick an avocado? Turns out it's a lot trickier than you'd think. Picture this. You're standing in a sea of green. Green fruit, green leaves, green everything. Spotting a ripe avocado isn't exactly easy, especially when they blend in with the surroundings. That's where the pros come in. Experienced workers can spot the subtle differences in the fruit's color and feel. They've got it down to a science. But let's be real, it's not as easy as it looks. When Nicole, one of our novice helpers, tried her hand at harvesting, it became pretty clear that it takes a trained eye and steady hand to do the job right. It's a lot more than just plucking fruit off a branch. Using specialized tools like long poles with attached clippers, the workers gently cut the avocados free from the tree without bruising them. They make it look effortless, but trust me, it's no easy feat, especially when you've got towering trees and dozens of fruits to manage. First off, let's debunk one of the biggest myths out there. Removing that little nub at the top of the fruit is not a good idea. In fact, it can let air into the avocado, which speeds up the browning process. Nobody wants that. So how do you know if it's ready to eat? Mimi's got you covered. Instead of poking and prodding at the fruit, she suggests gently pressing the avocado in your palm. What you're looking for is just a bit of give, but not too much. It should feel firm but not hard, almost like pressing into a cold stick of butter. That's when you know it's prime for slicing and dicing. Here's another pro tip from Mimi. Don't rush the ripening process. If you buy an avocado that's still firm, let it sit on the counter for a few days. Don't even think about throwing it in the fridge just yet. Avocados ripen best at room temperature, and popping them in the fridge too soon is a surefire way to slow things down. Think of it like olive oil. You wouldn't store that in the fridge, right? Same concept here. Let the avocado do its thing naturally. Once it's soft and ready, then you can store it in the fridge to slow down any further ripening if you're not ready to eat it just yet. Okay, here's something you probably didn't know. Most people are scooping their avocados all wrong. According to Mimi, the best way to get the most out of your avocado is by peeling it. That's right. Forget the spoon and start peeling. Why? Well, for starters, peeling helps you avoid those pesky brown spots that sometimes form near the skin. Plus, it retains more of the nutrients that are packed right under the surface. And bonus, it's super easy. Once you cut the avocado in half, the skin practically falls right off. You're left with nothing but that creamy, green goodness. Let's talk taste. If you've never eaten an avocado fresh off the peel, you're missing out. There's something magical about that first bite. The creamy, almost buttery texture combined with a bright, fresh flavor that's unlike any other fruit. Yes, that's right, a fruit. It's hard to believe when you're eating something that rich, but avocados are indeed a fruit, just like bananas or apples. When you eat it fresh, you really get to appreciate the smoothness and depth of the flavor. It's like nature's version of butter, but without all the guilt. And the best part? It's incredibly versatile. Whether you're whipping up guacamole or just slicing it over toast, you can't go wrong. Now let's take a moment to appreciate the beauty of the avocado farm itself. Imagine walking through rows and rows of mature trees, some of them so tall they create a canopy overhead. It's almost like stepping into a forest, but instead of pine trees or oaks, you're surrounded by avocado trees dripping with fruit. One of the coolest things about these farms is the way they cycle through the seasons. In March, for example, you'll see both mature fruit ready for picking and new blooms starting to form on the trees. It's a constant cycle of growth and renewal, and it's pretty mesmerizing to witness. All right, let's talk business. These days, 99% of what the farm grows is Hass avocados, and there's a good reason for that. The market demand for Hass is through the roof. People love them because they've got a thicker skin, which means they can handle being transported long distances without bruising. That's key when you're shipping avocados across the country, or even overseas. The thicker skin also makes them easier to handle and less prone to damage during harvesting. And when it comes to flavor, Hass avocados have a richer, creamier taste compared to some of the older varieties. It's no wonder they've become the industry standard. But by far the biggest challenge is water, or the lack of it. California has been hit by extended droughts, and water shortages are a serious problem for avocado farmers. Many farms have to drill wells just to keep their trees hydrated. Others are forced to make tough decisions, like stumping their trees to conserve water. Now, stumping is no easy decision. It's basically a last resort for farmers. When water is scarce, they'll cut their trees down to just a few feet tall to reduce the amount of water the trees need. It's a painful process because it means sacrificing years of growth and losing out on profits for several seasons. But sometimes it's the only way to keep the farm alive. It's a tough sight to see, rows of once lush trees reduced to nothing but stumps. But avocado trees are resilient. They can regrow from the stump, and with time and care, they'll eventually return to their former glory. And that's where the story comes full circle. Hope. Even after being stumped, avocado trees have an incredible ability to bounce back. It's a testament to their resilience and in a way, it mirrors the resilience of the farmers who care for them. Despite all the challenges, there's always hope for regrowth. From the stumps, new branches will sprout, and within a few years, the trees will be back to producing fruit. It's a powerful reminder that even in tough times, with enough patience and determination, there's always a chance for new growth. So, whether you're enjoying that perfect slice of avocado on your toast or digging into a bowl of guac, remember the journey that little fruit took to get to your plate. It's a story of hard work, resilience, and hope, from the farm to your kitchen. Choosing the right land is crucial for the successful growth of jackfruit. This fruit thrives in tropical and subtropical climates with high humidity and abundant rainfall. Ideal temperatures for jackfruit cultivation range between 24 degrees and 32 degrees, 75 degrees sunny to 90 degrees, with an annual rainfall of at least 1,000 millimeters, 40 inches. One of the key requirements for jackfruit farming is the soil quality. Jackfruit grows best in well-drained, sandy loam soil that is rich in organic matter. Farmers often start with soil testing to ensure the pH level falls within the optimal range of 5.0 to 7.0. The soil also needs to be free from waterlogging, as jackfruit trees are prone to root rot in excessively wet conditions. Artificial intelligence plays a crucial role in this initial stage. Soil sensors powered by AI can analyze the soil's moisture content, temperature, and nutrient levels, ensuring that farmers make precise decisions about when and how to apply fertilizers, water, and other treatments. This not only saves resources, but also improves the overall productivity of the farm. Like any other fruits, the journey of jackfruit farming begins with selecting the right seeds, or for a faster-growing tree, grafts. Proper seed or graft selection is critical for ensuring the growth of healthy, productive jackfruit trees. Jackfruits thrive in specific soil conditions. Well-drained, sandy loam with a slightly acidic pH level. The soil must be well prepared. Too much clay will cause drainage issues, while overly sandy soil might result in nutrient loss. While jackfruit farming traditionally thrives in warm, tropical climates with abundant rainfall, today's farmers are employing AI technology to monitor and optimize soil conditions, moisture levels, and even weather patterns. This use of AI ensures that jackfruit trees grow under ideal conditions, regardless of external environmental factors. By leveraging technology, farmers are better equipped to maintain the health and productivity of their crops, setting the stage for a bountiful harvest. After securing the right seeds or grafts, it's time to propagate. Grafting is a popular method due to its numerous benefits. This technique ensures faster tree growth and preserves the desirable characteristics of the parent tree, such as resilience and high fruit yield. Grafting also shortens the time needed for the tree to bear fruit, leading to quicker harvests and higher returns for farmers. Think of it as getting a head start in a race. By grafting, you're speeding up the process and seeing results sooner. The trees that emerge from this process tend to be more robust, allowing farmers to benefit from consistent and abundant yields. Once the grafted plants reach a height of approximately 30 to 40 centimeters, they are ready to be transplanted into the field. The spacing between the young plants is crucial for their long-term growth. Planting the trees too closely can lead to competition for sunlight, water, and nutrients, ultimately stunting their growth. To avoid this, it is recommended to space the trees about 8 to 12 meters apart, ensuring that each one has enough room to grow and thrive. This initial spacing allows the trees to develop strong root systems and ensures optimal growth, setting the foundation for a healthy orchard. The care of young jackfruit trees is a meticulous process, akin to nurturing a newborn. In the early stages, the trees require extra attention, especially when it comes to watering. Proper hydration is critical to the health of the young plants, particularly during dry periods when water may be scarce. AI-driven irrigation systems have revolutionized this aspect of farming. These systems monitor soil moisture levels in real time and adjust watering schedules accordingly. By using AI to manage irrigation, farmers can ensure their plants receive the exact amount of water they need to thrive without wasting valuable resources. This level of precision not only promotes healthier plants, but also supports more sustainable farming practices. Pruning is a vital aspect of maintaining the health and productivity of jackfruit trees. Regular pruning helps shape the tree and removes diseased or damaged branches, which improves air circulation within the canopy. This process is especially important for jackfruit trees, as the fruits can grow to be quite large and heavy. Pruning ensures that the tree can support the weight of its fruits without compromising its structural integrity. Through proper pruning techniques, farmers can encourage the growth of larger, healthier jackfruits, which ultimately leads to better quality harvests. This step may seem simple, but it is crucial for maintaining the long-term health and productivity of the tree. Like all crops, jackfruit trees are susceptible to pests and diseases. Common pests that affect jackfruit trees include fruit flies, aphids, and mealybugs. These pests can cause significant damage to both the tree and its fruits if left unchecked. However, many farmers are now turning to organic pest control methods, such as introducing natural predators to combat infestations and using organic pesticides as a safer alternative to chemical sprays. Disease management is another critical aspect of jackfruit farming. Proper orchard hygiene, including regular cleaning and maintenance, helps reduce the risk of diseases such as stem rot and leaf blight. Additionally, the use of disease-resistant varieties of jackfruit trees further reduces the likelihood of outbreaks, ensuring the trees remain healthy and productive. One of the most exciting moments in jackfruit farming is when the trees begin to bear fruit. However, this stage requires a great deal of patience. It typically takes about 3 to 4 years after planting for jackfruit trees to start producing fruit. While the wait may be long, the rewards are certainly worth it. Once the trees begin bearing fruit, they will continue to do so year after year, provided they receive proper care and maintenance. This stage marks the beginning of the harvest season and the culmination of years of hard work and dedication. Farmers can finally reap the rewards of their efforts as the trees begin producing the massive fruits that jackfruit is known for. The jackfruit harvest season typically falls between March and June. But how do you know when the fruit is ready for harvest? There are several telltale signs that indicate ripeness. One of the most obvious signs is the color change in the fruit's skin, which shifts from green to a yellow-brown hue. Another reliable method is to tap the fruit. If it produces a hollow sound, it's ready to be harvested. To ensure a successful harvest, it's essential to use the right tools. Sharp knives or sickles are commonly used to carefully cut the fruit from the tree without causing any damage. Proper harvesting techniques are critical to preserving the quality of both the fruit and the tree, ensuring a healthy yield for the next season. Once the jackfruits are harvested, they are transported to processing facilities for further handling. The first step in this process is to clean and sort the fruits to ensure that only the highest quality ones are selected for the next stage. Quality control is a top priority during this phase, as only the best jackfruits are chosen for drying and eventual export. The use of AI technology has also made its way into post-harvest processing. AI systems can now assist with sorting and grading fruits, ensuring consistency and efficiency in the processing line. This technology not only speeds up the process, but also reduces the likelihood of human error, further improving the quality of the final product. The next step in the process involves peeling and preparing the jackfruit. This can be done either manually or with the help of machines, depending on the scale of the operation. The goal here is to remove any dirt or impurities from the fruit and peel away the tough outer layer to reveal the tender, yellow flesh inside. Jackfruit is known for its high nutritional value, being rich in vitamins and minerals. This part of the fruit is highly sought after for its versatility in various culinary applications. From savory dishes to sweet treats, the jackfruit's edible flesh is a favorite among food lovers around the world. Once the jackfruit has been peeled, the next step is to slice it into uniform pieces to ensure even drying. There are several drying methods available to farmers, including sun drying, oven drying, and the use of commercial dehydrators. In modern processing facilities, AI-powered systems help control the drying process by regulating temperature and humidity levels. This ensures that the jackfruit slices dry evenly and consistently, typically at a temperature of 50 to 60 degrees Celsius for 8 to 10 hours. By reducing the moisture content in the fruit, this process helps to concentrate its natural sweetness, resulting in a delicious dried product. Once the jackfruit slices have been dried, they undergo a final round of quality control. Any pieces that do not meet the required standards are removed, and the remaining slices are carefully packaged for export. AI technology is also playing a role in this stage, ensuring that the packaging process is efficient and consistent, reducing waste and improving overall productivity. The final product is then ready to be shipped around the world, bringing the sweet, delicious flavor of jackfruit to consumers far and wide. From the planting of a single seed to the creation of a tasty dried snack, the journey of jackfruit farming is a long and rewarding one. With the help of modern technology, including AI, farmers are able to innovate and optimize their practices, making farming more sustainable and efficient than ever before. If you enjoyed this in-depth look into the world of jackfruit farming, we encourage you to subscribe to our channel, hit the like button, and leave a comment below. What farming processes would you like to see next? Let us know, and we'll be sure to include you in our next video. Until then, happy farming!